What is up, you guys? I'm charmx. Today I'm going to be reacting to 5 terrifying cell phone horror stories and urban legends by Top 5s. Now, I haven't reacted to a Top 5s video in like, I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months maybe. It's been a little while. It's been a quick minute. But hopefully it's going to be awesome. I freaking love Top 5s horror related stuff, like the creepy stuff, the spooky stuff. All that stuff. I love it, but at the same time, it freaks me out to the point where I hate it, so... there's a love-hate relationship, but nonetheless, Top 5s is fantastic with the creepy stuff. So anyway, with that being said, the original link's in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Top 5s. That link's also in the description. Without any further ado, let's begin. Oh boy, hopefully I don't get too creeped out on this one. I think the thumbnail was of that weird girl with like the big bulging eyes, if I remember correctly.
Momo the WhatsApp girl.
Legit, the first thing is Momo. And I'm charmx, and this is Momo, and you put them together, you get Charmo.
Momo the WhatsApp girl seemed to have originated from a strange sculpture that was displayed at the Vanilla Gallery in Japan in 2016.
I don't like looking at this.
The gallery is dedicated to showcasing some of the most bizarre sculptures created by independent artists from the country.
That baby looks like he's 50 years old, about to have a midlife crisis.
And this particular one was called Guai Bird, which means monster law in China. It features a grotesque female face with half a body and legs of a bird.
I don't like that.
And to be honest, it's pretty unnerving to look at, especially if you're...
No kidding. I don't like looking at it. I just don't like looking at it. I really don't.
But this is just the beginning of the story. The image appeared on an Instagram account called Nanaku, and people were curious about its origins. Nanaku did state that she was not the artist, and its true creator was a Japanese special effects company called Link Factory. The image created a bit
well, they're freaking good, that's for sure.
Of a stir, and started to appear on other Instagram accounts. Shortly after Momo's appearance online, a series of phone numbers were posted on Facebook that could be added to WhatsApp as a way of contacting Momo.
I don't like this.
This is when things started to get creepy.
What do you mean started to get creepy? Like the whole thing has been creepy.
Although the majority of people who tried to message Momo got no response, there were a few who received back some disturbing messages. It seemed that if you did get a response from Momo, she will already know who you are and everything about you, and can sometimes be offensive in her replies. The most popular number for her is 526-681-734-379.
Yeah, I'm not calling that. Also, if it's responding and it knows all this stuff about you. I know there's an app out there that's something like this. Or where you call a phone number or something and it's hooked up to something where it can tell you all this information about yourself, and it's really creepy. But I think there's an actual program or app that does something like this. So someone could have just hooked up this phone number to that program or whatever, and this will just freak people out, which I think is quite brilliant. But I don't know if that's the case.
But we strongly advise you do not try to make contact, and if you do, then we cannot be held responsible for any graphic imagery or obscene messages Momo will send back.
Yeah, don't
Momo
message.
the urban legend has been around for 2 years, but only surfaced on Reddit and 4chan in the last few weeks.
I don't like.
And as more people continue to message her, it seems she's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Frig me. I don't like looking at it. I really don't like looking at it. Just the eyes and freaks me out. Freaks me out. But that's been going around for 2 years. I've never heard of it before. Seen it until like the last couple weeks.
No caller ID. The Top 5's website is a place not just for articles, but where anyone can submit their personal paranormal or creepy stories. And if they are suitable, they get posted to the site for discussion and shared experiences. This next real incident is one such story, and the poster sounded pretty desperate to find out what was going on. This is what they said. The person or people who call me consists of a small child or woman, screaming inaudibly, "Hi, I love you, ah," and a man who is just grunting, and a dog barking in the background. The first call was just silence.
Like that? Just grunting in the background. Now, I don't know, this could be fake. I mean, it's actually really easy. If you're quite creative, you could just send this into Top 5s. I hope Top 5s has done some, like, discernibly, that's real, or that's not real, you know, some discerning. But, I don't know, even if it's not real, I like creepy stories, so it should be interesting.
The second with the dog, woman or child, and the third with all three. Has anyone else experienced this sort of thing, or knows what to do? I cannot block the number or anything, because Apple doesn't seem to offer that option. It's extremely creepy, and makes me uneasy. This is not a joke. Please do not treat as one. Only serious responses. Thank you. He goes on to add some additional comments.
I would like to believe that's real, but then again, if it is real, I would not want to be in your situation. Maybe change your phone number. That's probably the best way around it. If you're getting weird phone calls and you can't block them, why does Apple not allow you to block phone calls? That's a good question right there. Why does Apple, or get a new phone? Maybe that's another solution, you know? Why does Apple not allow you to block phone calls coming in? They're a freaking $1 trillion company and they don't have a block option? Is this a joke? I don't know, I use Samsung, so I don't know what Apple has.
Explaining that he has an iPhone 7 Plus with AT&T, and that he contacted AT&T, and they just recommended not to answer.
Or get a new phone, or get a new phone number. That's probably the easiest. That's probably the easiest. Get a new phone number, call all your friends, tell them your new phone number, you're good to go.
He also adds that he serves in the United States Navy, and has received these calls in October of 2017, whilst on base, and that the calls started at 10 PM and ended at 11 PM. What was puzzling is the phone is not used for any work-related calls, and is a brand new number that has not been previously used. He ends the post by saying, once again, that this is not a joke, fiction, or something I just came up with.
I don't know if it's real, although the person definitely wants to make us think it is. You never know. But if it is real, you gotta change your phone number again, or just get a new phone that allows you to block phone numbers.
I really do not think this person is lying, but what do you think is going on? And have you had any similar creepy calls like this?
Not like that.
Mysterious photo ends up on phone. This next real story was sent to me by Michael, and it was his parents, in particular his dad, who experienced it. Michael's dad was on a vacation in Dublin, Ireland, staying in a hotel, and one day he left his phone in the hotel room for the entire day. When he got back to his room, he noticed his phone had moved and was in the corner of the room. He figured that the maid or room service must have put it there.
Well, someone definitely moved it, that's for sure.
And thought nothing of it. Later that night, when he was flipping through his photos, he noticed a weird photo taken on his phone. It was the only photo taken during the day he had left his phone in the hotel room.
I don't like
and
that.
was a picture of two people he had never seen before in his life. If you study the image, it appears to be dark and taken in a possible doorway. The woman appears to be distressed, according to Michael, and the man looks ominous.
It's freaking creepy. I don't like this. I don't like this.
To this day, Michael's parents have no idea who was in the photo, who took it, why they took it, or whether there was anything sinister going on. Take a good look at it, and let me know what you think, or whether you recognize either of the people in the shot.
I don't think it's anything sinister. It's just weird. I don't like that. I don't like that. Well, that should teach you a lesson. Why would you leave your phone in the hotel room anyway? Like, don't leave anything valuable in a hotel room, because it can either get stolen or, well, apparently this can happen now as well.
630-296-7536.
Not calling it.
If you're brave enough to call it,
Nope.
although I advise you not to, this is
Nope.
what may happen. The call will be answered by an organisation called Booth World Industries, a company who specialises in remodelling. All this sounds
Okay.
legitimate, until you realise the remodelling is not about construction, design, or anything else you would typically associate with the term.
Is it like remodeling your body or whatever? Like a surgical place or something?
But rather, the remodelling of a person's life and death.
Oh.
The initial contact will lead you to two possible scenarios. A recorded message that goes something like this. You have reached Booth World Industries. Your number has been logged and traced. A service representative will be with you shortly. We at Booth World Industries say thanks. You have a marvellous day.
Yeah, I don't think it would be possible to have a good day after that.
An answer message tone is then heard, inviting the caller to leave a message. If you are wise, you won't leave a message and will hang up, and that will be the end of it. Or so you would think, until a few hours later you may get a call back from an anonymous number. If you don't answer, then this slightly unnerving automated message will be left on your answer phone. You attempted to contact Booth World Industries. We have your information on file and would like to speak to you about scheduling your remodeling session.
Wait, is this like a thing from like the movies or whatever where, you know, you want to get a new life, so you call up this number, and they do everything to get you like new papers and everything, and put you in a different country and a new home? Kind of like the Witness Protection Program?
We strongly recommend you return our call at your earliest convenience, and thank you for your interest in our remodeling service, and hope you have a marvellous day. Or if you do answer, you may be greeted by the live voice of a slightly robotic but polite female representative, who will ask you for your full name. At this point, most callers will give a false name. However, it's said that this is a mistake, as the representative will know and calmly call you out for providing false information.
What is this though? What is this? This is freaking creepy.
They are intent on scheduling a remodeling appointment.
Nah.
In one particularly chilling case, a caller supposedly gave the name of an ex-girlfriend as a joke, and strangely the representative accepted this. Then on the scheduled day, his phone rang. He also heard in the background the voice of his ex-girlfriend. She was screaming. Then he heard a choking sound, and then silence. The next voice on the line was a man who explained that the scheduled remodeling on his ex-girlfriend had been carried out.
This is a hitman service? What is this? How come police haven't looked into it? Like, no.
It was at this point that he realized he had unwittingly called out a hit on his ex.
So it's like a hitman service. This is how... What?
This is just one of the many experiences people have had after calling the number.
Did he not call the police and get them to look into it? Because I think they need to look into what's going on there.
McStay family memorial photo appears on someone's phone. Imagine you are uploading some photos from your phone when you come across a photo that you are sure you didn't take. When you look closely, you realize it's someone's grave, but whose you have no idea. You post it to Reddit to try and get some answers, and discover that it is in fact the memorial of a murder victim. Well, that is exactly what happened in our next real story.
4 years ago? Look at this, 4 years ago, wow.
Reddit user SouthernGirl9221 posted this on the No Sleep forum a few years ago. A creepy picture showed up on my phone that I did not take, though it says I did. WTF is this? She explained that her phone is attached to her at all times, and it was not possible that anyone else could have used it to take the photo.
That might be true, where no one else could take it. But if you have an application that, I don't know, you don't know the intent behind the creator, like on your phone or whatever, the app could put that file into your images. So if there's an app that you have that isn't like the most trustworthy, or maybe a little bit sketchy, or something like that, they could, you know, doing an update, just implement that photo into your images.
She also questioned what the white, misty fog was on the far right of the shot. As usual, the detectives of Reddit went into overdrive and unearthed some pretty disturbing things. It was then realized the cross was very similar to the McStay family memorial site. A tragic case of a family found murdered in the desert near Victorville, California on November the 13th, 2013. On November the 7th, 2014, police announced that...
Yeah, I think I remember hearing about this. It's a long time ago, 2013. Wow.
They had arrested Charles Merritt, Joseph McStay's business partner, and intended to charge him with the murders. The trial is currently in progress.
What, still? 5 years later?
If you compare the McStay memorial site with the
photo...
Oh,
that does look like it. That looks so much like it. Oh my goodness. So wait, what is this? That balloon? That actually looks like the one, like a thing in the photo.
Compare the McStay memorial site with the photo found on the phone.
See, look at this. That looks like a balloon. That is crazy.
Definitely the same place.
It looks like the same balloon too.
The question is, how did it get there? The memorial site is in California.
Is that a balloon? What is that? That's freaking crazy.
She lives in Arkansas and hasn't visited California for many months. Some speculated the photo had been taken accidentally, probably capturing a feature in a magazine or newspaper about the McStay case, but SG disregarded this after she searched through the magazines she had in her house and could find no mention of the family. To date, there is still no explanation.
I think a good explanation, I think a good one, is that it could be just an application that they have on their phone. Because I know this is possible, that you could have an application on your phone And whatever the app's intentions are, I don't know, but doing that when an app updates, it stores files on your phone, right? That's how it updates, it stores information. And if the app has permissions to go through your files, what like a lot of apps have, it could just freaking have this image and store it in your images. It could do that.
As to how the photo ended up on her phone without her knowledge. And after researching, it seems random photos ending up on people's phones is an all too common occurrence.
Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. I love these, but they're so freaking creepy at the same time. And the first one, the Momo one, just looking at that, oh my goodness, freaks me out. But anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, possibly share with a friend. If you do it, subscribe to join the family. Also, make sure you guys go subscribe to Top 5s, that link's in the description. And I'll see you guys the next time. Boop!